English.
Это просто.
Lesson 44.
Урок 44.
Let's chat.
Давай поболтаем.
Don't get upset.
Дэнни делится тем, что его волнует со своей женой Джуди. Блок 1.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel a little tired this evening. Why do you ask?
You won't be upset if I tell you something, will you?
Don't say it. I can guess. The boss sacked you at last.
No, it's nothing like that.
You're going to leave me and run away with the girl at the supermarket checkout.
Don't worry. That's an impossible thing to happen.
Good. I wasn't really jealous, you know.
What I wanted to say was about Sam.
Блок 2.
Do you mean our lovely little kitten? What's wrong? Did he get into a fight with the neighbor's dog?
Calm down. Don't get so excited.
How can I stay relaxed when my poor little Sam is...
Happily asleep after eating the fish you bought for our supper.
Where is he? I'll murder him.
Дженнет собирается рассказать своему дяде Биллу о новом приятеле дочери, которого зовут Роб. Блок 3.
You look thoughtful, Janet. Is anything the matter?
I'm worried about my daughter, that's all.
Tell me what's on your mind. Maybe I can help.
I doubt it. She's got a new boyfriend called Rob, and I find it impossible to like him.
I'm surprised. You get on well with everyone.
But Rob is awful. He makes me so angry.
He must be unpleasant for you to dislike him.
He was unfriendly towards me even when we first met.
Perhaps he was just nervous.
No, Uncle Bill. He's simply the most impolite man you could meet.
Блок 4.
I expect your daughter disagrees with you.
She's crazy about him. What do you think I should do?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Of course. I need your advice.
Don't be so sensitive. You're making yourself unwell with worrying about her.
Maybe you're right. I mustn't worry. Instead, I'll simply disown her.
New words.
Новые слова.
Feeling good.
Блок 5. В разных ситуациях мы испытываем различные эмоции. Вот некоторые из них, которые носят положительный характер.
Happy.
Pleased.
Delighted.
Grateful.
Peaceful.
Excited.
Jack's kids are always smiling and happy.
I'm pleased you wrote that letter.
Mr. Gardner is delighted with his birthday present.
Jane is grateful to Tarzan for saving her.
Блок 6. Иногда наши эмоции носят и негативный характер.
Worried.
Angry.
Upset.
Jealous.
Sad.
Frightened.
Mr. Fox was angry when his car did not start.
Sally is jealous of Debbie's good looks.
Those parrots look frightened.
Блок 7. И, наконец, есть эмоции, которые могут оцениваться как положительные или отрицательные в зависимости от ситуации.
Surprised.
Curious.
Mrs. Baxter is surprised she won the first prize.
I'm always surprised when my bank account is empty.
Talking.
Поговорим о разном.
A little talk.
Директор школы, мистер Аткинс, пригласил к себе в кабинет учительницу, миссис Карр. Блок 8.
Come in, Mrs. Carr. Take a chair. Please sit down.
Yes, Mr. Atkins. Did you want to see me about the school trip to the British Museum this afternoon?
Not really. I'm sure everything is under control.
I made some sandwiches for if anyone will get hungry.
I'm delighted to hear it.
I'm also going to take a couple of bottles of lemonade.
Children always get thirsty when they're excited, don't they?
I'm going to take a bottle of medicine in case anyone feels unwell on the coach.
Mrs. Carr, I called you into my office to talk about another matter with you.
Блок 9.
I hope it isn't anything unpleasant.
There's no need to be nervous, Mrs. Carr.
Are you dissatisfied with how I do my job?
Oh, no. In fact, quite the opposite. Because you give an unusual amount of time to your work, I'm giving you a pay rise.
I'm so relieved, Mr. Atkins. For a minute, I thought you wanted to make me unemployed.
That's a highly improbable thing to happen, Mrs. Carr.
New vocabulary.
Новая лексика.
Hungry for words.
Словесный голод. Мы продолжаем знакомиться со словами, называющими различные чувства, а также с лексикой, имеющей отношение к работе. Блок 10. Эти чувства и ощущения носят скорее физический, чем эмоциональный характер.
Hungry.
Thirsty.
Tired.
Awake.
Well.
Unwell.
Mrs. Carr made sandwiches for if the children got hungry.
When you get thirsty, help yourself to some lemonade.
After a good sleep at night, I always feel well.
Is the dog tired after our 20-kilometer run?
If you are unwell, go to the doctor.
Unfortunately, the parrots are most awake at midnight.
Блок 11. Иногда, совершив непростительные ошибки, человек может потерять работу.
To be made unemployed.
To be made redundant.
To be sacked. Fired.
Mr. Atkins didn't make Mrs. Carr unemployed.
The computer does all her work, so Janet was made redundant.
Look at these mistakes. That man should be sacked.
С другой стороны, перспективного и добросовестного сотрудника в качестве поощрения могут повысить.
Pay rise.
Promotion.
Congratulations on your promotion.
Can I have a pay rise, please?
The sound of English.
Так звучит английский.
8 good neighbors.
Произношение слов может меняться в зависимости от того, рядом с какими словами они стоят в предложении. Блок 12. В обычной речи последний звук слова часто сливается с первым звуком последующего слова. Так часто бывает тогда, когда первый и последние звуки похожи. Послушайте данное предложение, сначала произнесенное очень четко, а затем так, как они звучат в обычной речи.
I'll beat you in the competition.
I'll beat you in the competition.
The cup belongs to the winner.
The cup belongs to the winner.
The sun goes behind the cloud.
The sun goes behind the cloud.
John bought a cheap ball.
John bought a cheap ball.
Конечные согласные
D,
или
T.
могут исчезать, если последующее слово начинается также с согласных.
The story could be better.
The story could be better.
We met Freddie on the beach.
We met Freddie on the beach.
I'll see you next Sunday.
I'll see you next Sunday.
There were 8 good neighbors.
There were 8 good neighbors.
Благодаря этому некоторые глаголы в форме прошедшего времени звучат так же, как и в форме настоящего времени.
Yesterday, we shopped quickly
Yesterday, we shopped quickly.
I like boiled potatoes.
I like boiled potatoes.
They played games on Saturday.
They played games on Saturday.
Pete used 10 pens.
Pete used 10 pens.
Блок 13.
Exercise 1. Listen, then write in the missing words.
I thought James asked you.
The mountain climber waited 2 days.
The teacher tried talking quietly.
Jackie might do it tomorrow.
The Prime Minister was too frightened to run.
Reading and listening.
Блок 14.
Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace is the London home of Queen Elizabeth II. Its name comes from the Duke of Buckingham, who, in 1762, sold the building to King George III. After Queen Victoria became Queen of Great Britain in 1837, she decided to make it the official London home of the royal family.
In the building, there are many interesting rooms. For example, the long throne room, that is about 200 meters, and the ballroom, that is 2 times as long. There is also a gallery with paintings and sculptures by many famous artists selected from the royal collection. At the back of the building, there are large gardens and a wonderful lake. The north part of the building is where the royal family actually lives. When the Queen is at home, the palace flag is high up. When she is away, the flag is down.
Every day there is a ceremony called the changing of the guards. The guards wear red jackets and tall black hats called bearskins. This always attracts a lot of tourists. When you go to London, you will now know about one of the most famous attractions of the city, and, if you go in August or September, you will be able to go inside and walk through some of its many rooms. Who knows? You might even see the Queen sitting by the lake enjoying a nice cup of tea.
Try this.
Попробуй свои силы. Блок 15.
Exercise 3. Listen and fill the gaps.
I don't want to upset you, but I must tell you something.
Are you really jealous of her?
Mary was very excited about her new job.
This man always makes me angry.
John is worried because his dog is unwell.
Students get very nervous before their exams.
My daughter is really crazy about this band.
Блок 16.
Exercise 5. Listen and decide if the sentences are true or false.
Diana can't wait to see her birthday present. She saw her mom bringing home a big box, and she wonders what can be inside it. She won't know till tomorrow, and it is difficult for her to wait so long.
Tom is worried about his cat. It wants to sleep all the time and doesn't want to eat. Tom thinks his cat is unwell.
Mary's boyfriend was very good looking. He had blonde hair and blue eyes. Mary thought that all the girls looked at him, and it upset her.
George won the lottery. He finally could go for a trip to Mexico. It was all he always wanted. He immediately bought a ticket, packed his suitcase, and took a taxi to the airport.
Nigel Kennedy invited Carol to lunch. He made chicken soup and a big chocolate cake. Carol arrived late and said she didn't like the soup and the cake tasted horrible. Nigel wasn't pleased.
Prince William has an idea. He wants to frighten the Queen by making her think there is a ghost in the castle. But she knows his plans, and she is expecting his surprise.
Блок 17.
Exercise 7. Use prefixes to turn the underlined words into their opposites. Listen to check.
Mr. Blake was unemployed. He went for an informal meeting about a job. The woman who met him was very unfriendly. He disliked her a lot. She was impolite and a little impatient. It was a very unsatisfactory interview.
Блок 18.
Exercise 11. Join the rhyming pairs. Listen, then repeat.
Polite. Right.
Pay rise. Eyes.
Sincere. Dear.
Office. Miss.
Feel. Meal.
Fire. Hire.
Hair. Care.
Own. Phone.
Daughter. Shorter.
Get it right.
Пойми это правильно.
Do you feel like this?
Сейчас мы рассмотрим различные значения слова
Feel.
и ситуации, в которых оно употребляется. Блок 19. Слово
Feel.
имеет много значений в зависимости от контекста. Оно может означать чувства, эмоции, которые вы испытываете.
I feel happy now we are together again.
Do you feel excited about your holiday?
Это слово также используется, когда говорится о том, что вы чувствуете при прикосновении.
This sweater feels soft.
Do your shoes feel too small?
The sea feels too cold for swimming.
Слово
Feel.
используется и тогда, когда высказывается мнение, основанное на интуиции, а не на фактах.
They didn't feel it was the correct road.
I feel sure I left the keys on the table.
Блок 20. Выражение
To have a feel for something.
употребляется и в том случае, когда у кого-то есть способности к чему-либо.
Emma has the feel for skiing.
You have to have the feel for painting to do it well.
Come again?
Что-что?
As happy as a lark.
Блок 21.
Curiosity killed the cat.
You ask too many questions. Don't you know that curiosity killed the cat?
Блок 22.
As pleased as Punch.
After eating the fish, the kitten was as pleased as Punch.
Блок 23.
To feel it in your bones.
It's going to be a wonderful year. I can feel it in my bones.
Блок 24.
As happy as a lark.
Jasmine will be as happy as a lark when the school finishes.